Hello, I'm Tam BOTC channel, and you can already see both by the title and what I'm about to talk about. So, this is a subject that should have been talked about a long time ago, honestly. Sorry, I guess I'm trying to get over a bit of a sore throat right now. I'm having a lot of those lately. But Yeah, I got more angry when the more I talked and thought about this. I remember I started the conversation in just a drive with my friend to Walmart, and the more we talked about this, the more angry we both got. But I'm not a fan of the Resident Evil movies. I think first one's okay. I like the second one because but even that one has problems that I don't like. It feels like a Mila Jovovich movie got in the way of my Resident Evil movie. Because I love the cast members for some of the characters, like Jill Valentine. I love that Nemesis is both a practical effect and one of my favorite monsters in one of the movies. And then frickin' Mila Jovovich just kind of comes out of nowhere like she's from a completely different movie and gets in the way. Uh, what was that movie? I'm thinking of like I think it's called Ultraviolet. It kind of feels like that movie got in the way of a Resident Evil movie. Uh, but yeah, and then and the third one has an interesting idea of like a Mad Maxy kind of like Resident Evil setting, and that zombie Mad Max basically, zombie apocalypse for Mad Max, and then the rest of them just garbage after that, really bad. Especially Afterlife and probably Final Chapter. I think it's Afterlife. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember all the titles of each of them, but yeah, I just do not care for this series, and it's just a freaking excuse for the director's wife to be the main lead action star. I do think that Mila Jovovich is pretty cool in other stuff. I love her in Fifth Element. That's probably one of my favorite movies of hers, and I don't mind the Monster Hunter movie that much, even though it's still not great. But she seemed like a really fun person, a chill person that I would honestly hang out with, especially when you see in her interviews about like when she's in recently in Hitman as a contract, a target or whatever, elusive target. But yeah, then I thought of if they were going to make Resident Evil movies, and since Jurassic Park has no competition and it's one of those movie series I honestly wish would freaking die already, there's too many of them and most of them freaking suck. So here's my gist of the Jurassic Park movies. I love the original Jurassic Park. It's a freaking classic. It's my second ever seen movie in theaters for me, and then I saw it again in 3D, and I love that experience too. And then the second one, I hate how pretentious and long the second one is. The freaking second one, and I think the promise of like when you saw the trailers and you saw like a dinosaur in a city, it's like, oh, why can't the movie be more like that? And then it freaking lets you down, and it just feels like any typical but really dumbly written Jurassic Park sequels that we are seeing now. Third one's short, merciful, but I'll never forgive it for killing the freaking T Rex with the dumbass looking Spinosaurus. My brother loves Spinosaurus dinosaurs, but nah, this isn't their freaking mother T Rex. But and then Jurassic World, I guess was okay. I mean, we didn't get a Jurassic World though. We had to wait until technically the third movie till that finally happened. Um, Second, really bad, like so stupidly bad. And then the sixth one of the series, with the third one of the World Series, and really boring to me. Really boring and forgettable. It's kind of like the fifth or sixth Transformers movie. It's like whatever, dull, 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 just way too long for its own good. Okay, the original actors came back, but who gives a crap? This has been done to death too at that time with other movies like Star Wars and such. And then you got what was the other freaking one? The seventh one, Scarlett Johansson. I had hope for that one, but even that one let me down. And I'm just like, just let him die. Hell, Scarlett Johansson should be the lead character of this now that I'm thinking about it. Fuck! See how angry this gets me? Um, I can see why they didn't make Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis wasn't quite as popular as Resident Evil. It wasn't quite as big a deal as Resident Evil. God damn it! When I think of this, I'm like, if we're going to have a Mila Jovovich action series that shows her off as a badass, why couldn't? And I'm seeing her with red hair in that freaking poster because of the lighting. Frick! Uh, we could have gotten a Dino Crisis Mila Jovovich series. What the frick? You not only got a main character that is a female character, and she could totally be, instead of being this original character that gets in the way of my Resident Evil movie, and this is what we get instead. And thanks, sequels. Whoops, I accidentally hit my controller. But yeah, in Jurassic Park, the other reason I thought of this is Jurassic Park really needs some competition. Especially nowadays, where there's barely any other dinosaur movies that go against it. There's a lot of rip-offs like Carnosaur and stuff, but they didn't stand a chance against Jurassic Park. And most people probably didn't even know they existed unless you watch Brandon Tenold. So yeah, so I feel like a Dino Crisis movie would have been freaking excellent for this, and we didn't freaking get it. But now it's too late because Mila Jovovich probably can't quite do these parts like she used to. So I don't know. Maybe she still can. But still, like, what the frick? We either have Mila Jovovich or freaking goddamn Scarlett Johansson in our Dino Crisis movie. She played a redhead as freaking Black Widow. Freaking make her the star. Uh, but I would have preferred this, and it makes me more pissed off the more I think about not getting a freaking Dino Crisis movie, but also just like it's just a more brilliant idea than what they actually came up with. Uh, the only good thing that came out of Resident Evil was the music. So I guess there's that, but whatever. I'm not a fan of what's his face. I don't care. But I will admit that soundtrack is pretty cool. I don't know, whatever. I want a Dino Crisis movie. And when I see this next to this, and I think what we could have gotten, but what we didn't get, basically expectations compared to reality, is just like, ugh, it doesn't make me pissed. And I don't know why I didn't really like bring this up or think of this sooner, like years sooner. I'm sure other people have talked about this even, but I wanted to bring it up because it just came into a conversation all over again. I'm just like, I just can't not talk about this at all. I cannot let this go now. Every time I talk about this, it pisses me off. And now I'm just like, no, it's got to be talked about. But nonetheless, I hope you found this interesting subject to talk about. I hope you have an awesome day or rest of your day, and I will see you next time. If you did enjoy, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments below, and I will see you next time. I already said that. Freck! I'm ruining even my outros. Bye, Jimmy's mom!
That's about it. See ya. If I don't ruin them with these goddamn voices at the end every time, but it's kind of silly, so I do it anyway.
Oh my god, what's wrong with your face?
I am Optimus Prime.